Welcome to the Sip and Saga Society, where we cover histories, mysteries, and just any story worth telling. Every week, Karina, Brandy, and occasionally Greg cover a year in time while slowly traumatizing each other along the way. This week is our little sips for the month of, what month is this for, Randy? June?
June. June.
I forgot to add it. I just put a blank space. Anyway, my name is Karina, and I'm one of your hosts. Um, Joining us, we have Randy
Hi, guys.
and Greg.
Hey everyone.
And this month we're covering the topic, the theme, music, which is broader than I would like. Honestly, it's just it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be anything.
The
Um,
irony of you saying that, though, Karina, because we choose the topics. Like,
I know, and
we
I think
could have.
yeah. Anyway, the topic is music to go along with our book club book of the month, The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. They are the was it spin-offs of the Hunger Games series? So we thought what better to go with ballads and songbirds and snakes, like music. And that
Hmm.
is a really big part of the Hunger Games series. So if you would like to join us for that book club, find our Discord, find our website, and it's available at any membership opportunity. Oh my God, my brain is on fire.
Any membership level.
Yes. Visit our website, and our book club is available at any membership tier. And typically the meetings are at the end of the month. And you can join at any capacity that you have available. So if you're only able to listen, that's fine too. Like we do it on Discord. It's super accessible, super easy. If you can only join for a little bit, if you can be there but can't talk, we take everybody. Anywho, but even in our book club meetings, we have to have drinks.
We do.
Okay. Randy, what do you have today?
Okay, so I'm going to be a beverage girl tonight. And of course, I have my ice cold water and my Dr. Pepper because those are standbys. But I promised in the last episode a very fun drink. So here we go. The Leninade, a taste worth standing in line for. I'm just tickled by this. It says join the party. Come,
I love
comrades.
that.
Yes,
Comrades.
I like
That's
Did
that.
so
you guys
festive.
Yeah. It's a drink for the people.
Actually, I did find out last week, I did not know this, but Buffalo apparently has a communist party and they have meetings, like regular meetings in the city. So maybe they're the reason why this made it all the way up to Western New York. Maybe they love a good joke.
I love that, Randy. I love the label. I love the decor. It's orange. How fun.
It says, beware the repressed Communist Party animal who is really a proletarian in denial, masquerading as a bourgeois Cold War monger.
Oh, we've got a
Wow,
lot of feelings
that's
today, huh?
Yeah.
that's a statement, actually.
Yeah. Like look out for the fake communists that are not really about it.
If you're not a real communist, what even are you doing?
And then on the side it says, Misha, chill down this bottle and chill out. Drink, comrade, drink.
I mean, who am I
Oh
but not
yeah.
someone that listens to a bottle when it talks to me?
So is it
Okay, and
alcoholic or is it just soda?
that's a real great question. If anyone's asking, it is a pink lemonade. That is the flavor. I
Oh,
realized I did
interesting.
not say that out loud. But
It looks
but that's
orange though. I guess
Yeah, it
lemonade.
does.
It's probably I have
Oh,
yellow lighting. I like soft lighting, guys, okay? Now, in a very ironic twist, I'm gonna open this bottle with my gun.
I did not see this coming.
We're gonna shoot it. Let's see if we can watch it. Wow, that did
Oh,
not go
yes, I
far.
that's not there.
Okay, I'm
I
done.
love it. I love it. Wow, that was so exciting, Randy. Okay, Greg, where are the cans?
You already
Show
got
us
a
your cans.
preview, but I have, since I'm up here in Massachusetts on this trip, I have, this is a New York beer, but it's from Equilibrium Breweries. It's the Tidal Balance double IPA, so good, like moon and tides kind of thing going on there. And then my backup is that wizard one. It's Complicated Being a Wizard, and
I love
it's
that beer. I
so
love
I
that
actually saw it in
can.
the store. No, so they have a whole line of like different co wizards with different colored robes, and they're all different wizard beers. Um,
That's amazing. Why did you choose the blue one?
Yes, that's an even better question.
well, at this first store I went to, it was the only one that they had from this
Mm.
brewer. But then when I went and got the Equilibrium, um, that store had like five different types. And I was like,
I
I want
was,
to try a different brewery, not just the
yeah,
same one. So
I was just wondering if blue was your favorite color. That's how I would have chosen, probably.
I don't
yeah.
even care about the flavor. What's the color?
Oh yeah, what
That's how I
color is
pick
the
a.
label?
Speaking of colors, that's how I pick what I'm drinking to Gatorade.
I
I
mean, do you
added
think you could do
water
a
to it though, so I'm not crazy.
if you
Like
want to be
I
really abstract, you could do a colors episode. It's just color.
Karina might melt
Greg.
down. Guys, this soda is fizzing outrageously.
Oh wow, it's outrageous, Greg.
I wish you could
It's like
see the
carbonated pink lemonade.
you guys
Ooh.
can't see it. Like the bubbles are like racing up the side.
I kind of
That's the
feel like I need
bourgeoisie,
my
or
own lemonade.
that's
It's
that's the
good.
masses like rising up.
I'll grab a few bottles and then when we finally meet up in DC, I'll bring them. That would be really funny content, actually.
Oh, we need to do that.
We'd definitely be under surveillance then.
Yeah, they came to Washington, D.C. Couldn't be.
And they're drinking communist soda.
If you would like to support our field trip to Washington, D.C. to drink communist soda together, please visit our website, sipandsaga.online, and contribute to our funds. I'm sure I think I'm almost 100% sure there's a space on there for one-time donations. But if you would like to be a monthly member, we have tiers from $5 to $20. It's a good time. We have a book club. Anyway, today I have facts for what I'm drinking because I scoured the liquor store. We really, you know what I've been thinking? We have so many dispensaries here, but we have like two liquor stores, and one of them is just a winery. So it's like, it's weird because when I go to Arkansas, there's like a liquor store in every corner. Anywho, I went to the
That's
one,
true. I could walk to mine.
yeah,
Both of my locations. I was within walking distance of my
no.
liquor store.
The liquor is all in the Walgreens. So,
Oh, you
yeah,
did mention the Walgreens is
the Walgreens liquor. Walgreens is
yeah.
a one-stop shop. Anyway,
I used to buy liquor in
you can get
Chicago at the
everything you want
Walgreens.
there, Randy.
Like,
Sorry, Greg, what'd you say? I'm just
oh,
sorry. I'm just stuck on trying to process the healthy place. Like Walgreens is like
A
anyway.
pharmacy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
right.
know.
No, but they like definitely fill that market in places where they can or need to. Because like when I've been in Chicago doing research, I've bought booze at the Walgreens.
Yeah.
But like didn't they have that whole petition where they like refused to sell cigarettes and nicotine at the Walgreens because it was counterproductive to your health? Or do they now sell cigarettes in
They
Walgreens
sell
too?
cigarettes in
I think they
Walgreens.
sell cigarettes,
Do
yeah.
Yeah.
they really?
Yeah.
Maybe it was not Walgreens that I'm thinking of. That seems crazy to me.
And
You're
I
literally
mean, one,
selling
I
cancer
agree.
at the pharmacy.
I agree. I'm not,
Hmm.
but at the same time, we live in a capitalist hellscape. So it makes sense to me that if they could make money selling cigarettes and alcohol, they would, especially in a place with not a lot of liquor stores.
Yeah. And you can go buy like the medicine for your liver.
Greg, Greg, wow, that was good. I love that.
Just get all your shopping done in one place, you know?
I don't know. Today feels like it's going to be a chaotic episode. Music
I
feels
know
wild.
the energy that we're bringing is really pop popping.
I haven't even popped my bottle yet.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah, I
so
still don't know what you're drinking. I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
So for today, I have a bunch of facts, and some of them have to do with gold records, and that's why I picked the 19 Crimes with Snoop Dogg on it.
Hmm.
Because
I like it.
music, literally when I thought music, I had to get the Snoop Dogg wine. I mean, every time I go there, it looks at me. I mean, the wine bottle, not Snoop Dogg himself, I'm sure. But I went with I
What's
think
his
it's
name? Calvin?
is
Calvin.
it?
Yeah, his
Is that his
his
actual name?
government name.
Calvin?
Yeah, I want to say I just thought it was so sweet, and I just love the fact that he's named Calvin. It just
Calvin.
ma- it just makes me want to just like squeeze his little cheeks.
All right, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it.
What'd you do? Oh, you
That
Popped
noise
popped
it.
it. Oh.
cancellation just kept it from there was no sound.
Beautiful. Okay, but whenever I see it happens, it's good for that. But when the dogs start barking, I can still hear them when I edit later. Anyway,
Hmm.
sorry, y'all. You didn't get to hear it, but I popped this bottle. Popping bottles. Anywho, so I picked this one because it is called Cali Gold and it's gold and shiny. And I found a fact about gold records. And I know, just personally speaking, I've heard a lot of people be like, "Oh, they went platinum or they got a gold record or whatever." But like, what does it mean? How many even is that? You know? So the company that is in charge of certifying gold and platinum records is the Recording Industry Association of America. Such a fancy name. And so in order to get a gold record, you have to sell 500,000 units of your record.
How did
And what does that mean? Go on, Randy.
sorry, this is where you're gonna lose me because when you say 500,000 units, how does that work exactly if people are streaming it like on Spotify? Like, is it 500,000 listens? Did you look into this? Do you
It is a white wine, everyone. I know I just ran straight into the facts, but I'm just showing it to you. It is very goldeny. Kind of looks like pee. Anyway,
the ADHD that just happened?
I had to get that thought out before I went on to the
I
next
watched
one.
I
Randy,
watched it, Karina. I watched that.
we said it was going to be what it is, but this website that I got this information from thought about this problem, Randy. So a unit of sale is what they count for the whole album, regardless of if you buy it digitally or physically. So it's like you bought X one CD, that's one unit, right?
Hmm.
The it says with streaming, the Recording Industry Association of America requires 10 permanent track downloads or 1,500 on-demand video or audio streams. So it has to be streamed 1,500 times at least to count as one unit.
Wow.
I
In
feel
other
like
words, 1,000 downloads and 150,000 streams equal 100 units.
there there are CDs that I've definitely owned that I have not streamed that much on Spotify.
I'm like, I wonder how many you actually have streamed enough of to count as like a unit.
I even my most favorite
It
songs,
has
I
to
don't
be
think.
'Like I don't know that I've even hit
150.
that.
It is 150,000 streams to equal 100 units.
150, comma.
000.
That is legitimately blowing my mind, actually.
I
I
mean,
don't think that I could ever count as a
I will
unit.
like I'll autistically like listen to an album over and over again when I'm obsessing about over it, but like even then I don't think I've probably done that with one enough to count as one unit.
I feel like I'm gonna get like a Google thing or like next Spotify wrap up. It's gonna be like, you've contributed to 240 units of XYZ's album or whatever. You know what I mean? You're
Hmm.
the reason they went platinum. Like, oh my God.
Well, don't they kind of already have that with like Spotify's top listeners and
That's
stuff?
true. You've listened
Like,
to them
Hmm.
enough.
yeah.
They bought a house because of you. But like, okay, but that goes back to me becoming serious apparently all the time. Um, Everything you do with your time is money
Yeah.
for
A hundred
somebody.
percent.
Yeah,
100%.
Hmm. But
100%.
I thought that was so cool to figure out like how many listens does it actually take?
it's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot because it takes 500,000 units for a gold album, 1 million units for platinum, 2 million units for multi-platinum,
Hmm.
and 10 million units diamond level, which has been reached by people like Led Zeppelin, Mariah Carey, and Garth Brooks.
That doesn't surprise me though.
Mm-mm.
Like you'd have to
No,
be
but
like
people stream them a lot.
really
Yeah.
big, yeah, and buy like the CDs and records and cassette tapes and stuff.
And then records again on vinyl.
So
Hmm.
what was the first level? The 500,000?
Gold.
Gold. Okay, to reach that in terms of streams that you just explained to us at 150,000, they would need 75 billion streams to reach, unless I'm like reading those commas wrong, 100,000, million,
That is
billion,
a billion, yeah.
Okay,
75
but
billion.
also I have myself, me, like just thinking about how I listen to music, I will listen to the same song like over and over and over and over again. I feel like I could
But
reach at least,
enough to be 150,000. I don't think that there's any song that I've listened to 150,000 times.
well, and then it is albums too.
That's albums, it's not just individual songs, right?
I don't know
You
if it's
have to
like,
listen to the whole
I don't know
album
if it has to be the whole
150,000
album
times?
or just the whole song. I don't know. That's crazy though.
Hmm.
I am legitimately floored by these
But
numbers.
people
I
do,
am
but it is
floored.
also you get 1 unit for buying the album and stuff. So people do buy albums. It's not just you're not just getting that from streams. You're not getting your full
Yeah.
500,000 units
Yeah,
from
yeah.
streams.
But
So like
also think
when you buy all the variants of like Taylor Swift's album,
that's,
Right.
like
thank you, Greg.
that
That's exactly
counts.
where I was
Like,
going. Can we
Yeah.
talk
yeah.
about the PR genius that is to make sure that her albums hit double diamond or
Which
whatever the fuck they
makes
get?
sense
Yeah.
because if you release everything in special edition vinyls that
If
Yeah.
your
people
top
own
fans want,
multiple editions of those the same exact
I
record,
don't
yeah.
right?
understand that though. Like, because there's people that want to try to collect all the variants of a
Because
record.
for
And
Taylor
I just
Swift
want one
though,
copy though. Like, but
but
well, I
for
know like with her last one, she was doing like one
Look how
the
acoustic
clock,
song
carbonated.
for each.
the clock. See? Yes. That was not even as intense as what this soda was doing.
Well, now I
Still
need a
doing. It's
lemonade.
still doing. It's still
Uh,
doing it.
When I'm parched from the patriarchy, what do I reach for?
a Leninade.
Wait, no, we should submit that to have them add to the bottle. I feel like we could collaborate.
I think they would enjoy us. I think we're funny. Anywho, yeah, so that's what it means to have a gold record or a platinum, diamond even. That's craziness. That is craziness. Anyway, if you would like to help us get our YouTube gold record, let us know. Follow us, subscribe, whatever. One day, I've seen it. I've seen it in the YouTube videos where they give them little plaques.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Anywho, I have just a few short fun facts before we get to Randy's story. And the first one disturbed me. And it's and not for the reason you think. No, it isn't. So the harmonica is the world's best-selling music instrument, which makes sense. People buy harmonicas for their kids and like
Yeah.
neighbors and stuff.
Yeah. You buy like the little toy ones and stuff.
But the harmonica is also known as a mouth organ. Ugh,
Yeah.
that's
Hmm.
disgusting. That's disgusting. And on my notes I wrote, and so that will haunt me forever. And it will. It will. Yeah, it's disturbing. Also, there were so many weird facts like in Reddit and all of that, but I tried to find the ones that I could find like some sort of historical backing to. Um, so Randy talked about this. So Randy, if you have any knowledge about it, jump in prehistoric wise, but the oldest surviving musical instruments are all flutes.
Hmm.
Discovered in Stone Age cave in a Stone Age cave in Germany in 2012, these flutes are thought to be at least 42,000 years old. That's, I mean, some people can't even keep a flute for like 20 minutes. That's a long time to find a flute. So they were already, oh wow, yeah. That's a long time. 42,000. I just copy pasted. I'm tired.
Oh my God, you're absolutely on one tonight,
I
Karina. I love
know.
it. I
No,
absolutely love it.
the notes I copy pasted and which one, our sources are in our notes under our video. We do look for things and they are always available. We cite our stuff like it may not be fully cited, but it is available. You will find it. Anyhow, so I thought that was interesting. 42,000 years. That's
That's a
insane.
long time.
Yeah.
It's
And
also
they're
cool that people were making music that far back. They were
mm-hmm.
like,
Or like that they took the time and they knew that it was valuable enough to make it. Like that's fascinating.
mhm.
Most of them were made from bird bones and ivory. The oldest surviving song is the Hurrian hymn text H6, which French archaeologists discovered in 26 clay tablets. See, that's another impressive thing, like that you loved a song so much that you tableted it into existence. It's a complete cult hymn and is the oldest preserved song with notation in the world. That's fascinating.
Oh, so like we could figure out what it sounded like
I think you
based
could.
on the notes and stuff. That's pretty cool.
It's a
There's
preserved hymn.
actually there's I'm gonna bring up Spotify again. There is a playlist that you can go listen to on Spotify, and it has like like recreations of the oldest known songs. So like from that period, it's really it's something. I listened to a couple when I was going down that route. It was interesting.
Randy, I don't know how I feel about it's something.
It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't what I was expecting. I guess is what I'm saying.
Speaking of things that are different from what we view as music, in 1952, experimental composer Joe Cage released a song titled 4 minutes, 33 seconds. The music instructed the musicians to sit still and do nothing for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. So they just had to sit there because composer Joe Cage felt that any sound contained within that specific time period could be considered music. Just any sounds that occur within that 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And that meant that for the length of the performance, the music was the sound of the audience's surroundings and the audience itself.
No, we
We
call that
are the
ambient
music.
noise. No, that's not music. That is ambient noise. I don't understand.
Randy does not approve. Bring
I,
back a better
that's
composition.
Uh,
conceptual art, and
so
it's not for me.
see, I knew about that because I was a band nerd, but I was also like, I know that that's not going to go over well with most people, you know.
If I went to a concert and I'm there and Rihanna is like, this is 4 minutes, 33 seconds. You guys make the music. I'm gonna get pissed. It's like with the artists that make you sing the song. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Lana Del Rey, in your music videos.
That
He's
see,
got some
see,
other
I
cool
completely
like
disagree
compositions though.
because there's that whole thing about how when you sing with people, like your heart rate's all synchronized and your breath synchronizes and you become like part of a living like organism together, there is something so bonding about that
Yes, but when
experience.
it's
I will
like
sing
the
with,
only thing that you do, you shouldn't do it every song though.
well, that's fair. That's true.
I think like because I've seen some videos of artists that are like every other minute, every other word, they're like 20 minutes of
Oh yeah, just like holding the mic.
you sing it to yourself. Like it's weird. I want to sing along with you. That's how I feel about it. That's what I paid to do.
That's fair.
Anyway. And yeah, those are my facts until we get to my short story. But yep. Yeah, no, I would be pissed, Randy. I too do not approve of that 4 minute 33 seconds thing.
No,
Not in this house. Mm-mm.
no. I would be, I, it would take all of me to stay for the rest of it. It would really be challenging to me.
Understandably. Okay, Randy, what are
Okay.
you gonna tell us about?
Okay. So tonight I'm going to talk about the music of bugs, specifically the chorus of insects in the summer. I mainly chose this, as Karina said. I was originally thinking about doing like ancient music. But then I was like, okay, well, what else fucking sings? And with the Ballad of Birds, I was like, well, that's the obvious choice. I'm not gonna do birds. What, so what else is there in the music of the night? And that's when I was like, okay, let's talk about bugs. Nobody ever talks about bugs. I love a good bit of etymology, so let's get
Randy,
to it.
I've been doing little titles before everyone's like segment because I've been trying to, I think I makes it more like a little show.
Hmm.
Yours is gonna have to be what else fucking sings? Because my God, that one got that one got me. I was like, what?
What else sings? Like,
I don't even. And then okay, and then you have that rabbit hole of like at different frequencies we hear different things. So like the
Oh
plants
yeah.
sing, but we can't hear them. So the birds, like the birds could be singing secret songs.
hmm hmm
We cannot trust the birds.
The universe sings. I mean, everything
It
sings.
screams at us sometimes. Yeah.
Uh, well, I mean, the birds
Anyway,
aren't real anyways, so you can't trust them.
especially not Washington, D.C. Anywho,
No.
okay,
Are they
Randy,
like little
go.
spies or something? You know, this is an aside, but today my I was talking to my grandma. She has become very interested in learning about pigeons. Because she keeps watching these movies that are based in Europe, and she goes, Randy, there are so many pigeons in these movies. She goes, why aren't they here in Tulsa like that? And I'm like, oh my God. So today I had to do like a whole explanation on how pigeons were used to correspond with each other, and then they would go wild, and they're like huge populations. Anyway, and then I had to fact check myself to make sure I wasn't lying to her, and every single thing about that was right. So it was just really, it was really, really a crazy experience.
Speaking of
Um,
which, can I bring up something that is, this sounds so
Absolutely.
serious. No. Oh, I want to bring up that in our last Little Sips episode, we talked about Cleopatra putting bees in gourds and then, you know, having a
Using that as
moment
a
with a gourd.
vibrator.
Yes, having a gourd
Why,
mint.
wait, why did you bring that up? What's the connection? Because I
Because,
was talking about my grandma, and now you're talking about a gourd
well,
dildo.
one, if no one has picked up on this, my ADHD is going hard today. It's
Which
aggressive.
is why I'm asking. I need the line.
I don't remember what you said, but I had to fact check because I needed to know if it was real. Like, do the
Oh,
bees,
oh,
are the
oh.
bees, were the bees harmed in the making of this vibrator? Like, were
100%.
they?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, one, if you did that, yes. But
Was
actually, I
was
looked it
this
up.
vibrator ethically sourced? You know.
What a question.
Okay, what if
What
you
a
go to the sex
question.
shop and you're like, are there bees in here?
I prefer mine to be all natural.
I don't like I mean, I only want it with bees.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
no.
Greg. This is like when Goop was like having women put
Oh my God.
jade eggs in their
Yeah.
Okay, we're not doing this, people. This is not a
We literally talked about it
recommendation.
last episode. Don't put things in there.
Yes.
Water only. I told you,
We
just
said we
water.
said that explicitly, and I'm glad we're saying it again.
Don't put things, don't even put anyway. Okay, no, I brought that up because I was trying to figure it out and I looked through and I was trying to find a source, Randy, because I am a researcher. Someone called me a
hmm
historian today and I'm like writing that high, I guess. Anywho, okay, Greg nodded. Yes,
Yeah,
we
no,
win.
no, no, that's
I think
awesome.
I told
Yeah.
you. I think we will both have
Yes.
degrees at the end of this.
Can we make historian shirts? Because like I would wear that shit. That's gonna
Greg,
be my
how do
next
you get
project.
an honorary degree awarded
Yes,
to
how do
you?
you have to get one? If Erica Kirk can do it.
Oh
Like,
God.
I feel like knowing the dean of a school should get us somewhere.
Uh, I mean, I don't know with the honorary, like you
Ah,
normally
Greg
have like
doesn't have
honorary
enough power.
doctorates and stuff. I don't have enough power for
Damn it.
sure.
Uh,
Um,
well, we
Anywho.
could have
there's
really
got to
been
be a way
offering
though.
that as a membership tier.
Okay, that would be cool because we could do a historian tier and then you get a free shirt.
I think we should have a tier called historian tier regardless. That's awesome.
No, but I want to make a shirt anyway, and I love the idea. Sip and Saga Society historian.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
like really like falling for it. Anyway,
Make sure you write it down though. Don't let that ADHD get you.
Yeah.
don't worry, guys. I have a
Oh,
notepad.
Oh
she's got
man,
her notepad.
No, ask Greg. When I went to Greg's house, I was very intoxicated. Very. But that did not stop me from na
it did not.
taking notes.
No.
Karina, you're recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. Okay.
I remember it coming up.
Oh, thank God. I don't know why. I just got sudden
I was the one who was
a sudden
paranoid last
rush of
time, you
anxiety.
know.
Isn't it scary? Well,
You've got
thank
your
Someone
you.
has
You're
to get
welcome.
ADHD.
paranoid.
I'll have my anxiety. Greg, you please chill. You're drinking the equilibrium, so please balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I bring the title balance.
I love a historian shirt, and then we can make a pocket with like pens in it.
Yeah. The closest I can get to is my shirt is like a historian shirt, but it's the title page from Cotton Mather's like pamphlet that like gives his account of the Salem witch trials, but it's got other shit over the top of it and a tree.
You would wear that while you're in Massachusetts.
That's
Yeah,
the only shirt to wear in Massachusetts, I
it
think.
is. I wear it when I teach my witchcraft class and we do like a mock trial.
Wow.
That that's like my on Indigenous Peoples Day. I wear my natives discovered Columbus shirt, and
Hmm.
then
Nice.
the day after, or really I wear it on Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving because I get lazy. But I wear I wear my shirt and it's like it's a native silhouette, the one I'm talking about. And it all it says is it's a good day to disobey. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm ready for some civil disobedience.
I like it.
That's what your shirt's giving me.
I do enjoy it. Oh,
Okay, so okay.
ready. I was like,
Yep.
what are we doing?
We're doing bugs. We're doing bugs. Okay.
No, I brought up Cleopatra because
Right, you got the bug reference. Sage would like to make a debut.
because
Okay.
because yeah,
So,
I couldn't find any his I searched and it was like there's no historical evidence that it is true.
oh well, I'll be honest with you. When it, I fact checked it from the BBC. They put it in a series that they had done by on
That's crazy because I
Hmm.
I literally searched and it said it's not true. And they were like there's no historical evidence that this is true. So
I mean, I don't know that it happened 100%, but the
I don't
BBC
know
was
either, but it's a good
reporting
story.
it. So,
I mean, you can always just throw it in front of that, just say like legend has it that, and then you're good.
That's how we solved that problem. Anyway, this
Yeah.
is how my brain works.
mm-hmm,
It
mm-hmm,
was a
good
journey
to
for all
know.
of us. Okay, Randy, tell us more about the bugs.
Okay, the bugs. The bugs. As you guys know, because you guys both live in the South, if our readers don't, there are a lot of fucking bugs. There are so many. And at nighttime, the noise gets so incredibly loud. Sometimes, like, you know how nature sounds are supposed to put you to sleep? Most of the time they do. But sometimes in the summer for me, it's just too loud. It is too loud. And so I did a little research while I was going into this. Apparently, the noise level of the bugs in the summer can reach the same decibel level as a lawnmower. A lawnmower. These bugs are out here trying to fuck so bad that they sound like a lawnmower outside our houses. It's just not acceptable.
Okay, but I've heard some cats too, and I can't imagine it, Randy. I mean, like, what does a horny cat sound like? It's just the cricket equivalent.
I actually have a video of my cat in heat if you really want to know what a
I
horny cat
don't I
looks
don't
like.
want to know. I move so whenever my cats were ready to be spayed, I would move so fast. I was like, you are not having children in my house. No.
No, she fucking went into heat the week before she got spayed. I
Of
had to pay
course.
Oh
extra
God.
because she was in heat while she was getting spayed.
And they were
Ugh,
like, this, it costs more to,
Apparently, I don't
to
know
look
how
at
that
it.
works.
yeah,
Yeah, you're looking at this. I don't understand. Maybe the risk is higher. Anyway.
yeah,
Okay, it will surprise none of you to know that the little fucker that is the loudest bug in the entire world are cicadas.
yeah. That was gonna be my guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Again, surprising no one. Some species produce calls. I'm calling them calls because, like, it's just the sound that they're making. They exceed 120 decibels, with the current record being an African cicada. Um, what they've been able to confirm at least is 107. But that's the same decibel level of a heavy metal concert, to put that into perspective. So we were talking a lawnmower. Cicadas are like the level of a chainsaw. They're
Okay,
like out there pumping out this sound.
we knew cicadas were metal though, because they go under the ground, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
they're
They
hibernate for
hibernate,
20
like they
years or
like,
17 years or
yeah.
something, and then they come back out. So we knew they were hard. And
There's
now,
actually different types of cicadas, Karina, that come out at different year intervals, which is why there are really big years with abundant numbers of cicada that happen like every 200 or something years. It
so they
happened
take
last year.
turns.
I missed it.
Yeah,
It happened
it's
last
like
year.
different years like hatching.
How do you plan that?
Well, and
Well,
then one
the
year,
those cicadas are all gonna fuck, and then like they're gonna like their babies are gonna hatch later, you know. Just
Oh, they
depends
all take
how
different
big the orgy
times.
was. Yeah.
but it's also a different species. I mean,
Yeah,
not
that's true. Different
species,
species
whatever
are
the not it's the same family,
like
but it's
subspecies or
different.
whatever types.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're,
What are we, biologists?
I was like, biologists are really not happy with what we're doing right now with the family structure.
They're all bugs.
We are, we are mucking about in there.
What does his name even mean? Yeah, I know.
So,
Hey, we're historians, not science people.
wait, I used to be a science person. I swear I know this. To be fair to me, though,
I'm
I
trying
was
to
not
run.
taught regular biology. I can tell you, I struggled immensely my freshman year of college because I was suddenly expected to know the same science everybody else was taught, and I was taught intelligent design. So
Oh man.
And then
I
you like,
still do not
then you
understand.
dived hard into science, Randy.
Yeah, and I still don't understand the eras when they're like Jurassic, whatever the other eras are. I'm like, uh-huh. No, I got nothing.
Mm-mm.
I got absolutely nothing.
I mean, you can keep other stuff. It's fine. You can Google that one.
Yeah.
As long as we have Google.
Dependable Google.
Hmm.
Mm. Okay,
So
bugs.
tonight we're going to delve into bioacoustics, aka the study of the sound of insects. That is legitimately, it has its own name, specifically studying the sound of insects, and that's bioacoustics. Before we talk about the songs, though, my thought was, what good is being able to make these songs if you can't fucking hear them, right? So, like, how do bugs hear? Precisely speaking, it's generally through their antenna, but um, a lot of insects also have these holes on their front legs that can sense vibration. Katydids are the earliest.
Randy, I hate this.
I
Oh,
buckle up, Buttercup, because
no.
there is some weird stuff happening in my section tonight. It's not going to be a downer, but you will know more than you wanted to.
This is my fault.
Katydids,
I posted, what's something that you learn that you know that you're like, this is the worst fact I know. I wish I didn't know this. This is it for me right now.
That some
it's,
bugs have holes in their arms, like in
So they can hear.
but
so they
it's
can
not
hear.
even, they're not hollow holes. They're like, okay, I'm gonna get there. Katydids are the earliest known animals to have evolved complex communication using sound. Okay, katydids, these little bush crickets is what a lot of people call them. Grasshoppers, they're leaf-shaped insects, whatever. But they have these sophisticated ears on their front legs, just below their knee. And I am not shitting you. That is the terminology that this site used. This was like the National uh, History Museum in England, and they called them knees. I did not know bugs had knees. Like, if I learned that, I forgot it because the idea of a little grasshopper knee is so fucking cute, isn't it? Ugh. Anyway, they have their ears on their knees instead of on their heads. And their ears are slit like membranes called tympana, and they detect sound, um, made lots of sounds made by the other katydids, and like specifically around like echolocation of bats and that kind of thing. Some species of katydids, up into this point, like zooming forward, have even developed a complex three-stage mammal-like auditory system within these tiny little slit membranes on their knees. So they like, imagine my elbows and knee, okay, at the front of their little leg. There's just like a tiny little slit. Doo doo. And now it has three different parts like a mammal. So this evolution is speculated to have developed to avoid predators and is actually credited with helping to drive the coevolution of hearing in mammalian predators. So that means, in all likelihood, we can thank our hearing to some extent on the bush cricket, the katydid of the world. Isn't that amazing? I haven't
That's
even
wild.
gotten,
Randy, what did we just go through?
I know,
Because
I
what
haven't
was
even gotten
that?
to the sounds. I haven't even gotten to the sounds.
You just talked about a cricket and I was disturbed. But it sounds like it makes sense. It's basically like they have little eardrums on their elbows, knees. Oh, it just really grosses me out. But it just feels like it's too exposed in my brain. But it works for them. They're crickets.
It's too exposed. It's too
Like I
exposed.
feel like it'd be too sensitive. But I think it's because I'm thinking of an eardrum. instead of like it just being like a
Oh,
little, that's like what I'm like comparing it to, and I feel like it'd be like out there.
yeah.
It feels
Well, they
weird
have
to
like
me.
exoskeletons, so it's like they have armor anyways,
That is true.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. If you guys saw these holes, they're basically just holes. Like it's exoskeleton all around it and then just a hole.
I don't know if that's worse or better, Randy. If I'd rather it be like a little eardrum situation than just
I mean,
whole.
honestly, it does. When you're talking, I'm saying, yeah, it looks very exposed. I agree with you. I'm not really sure how it works, other than it's a membrane. So I'm thinking like maybe I don't know if insects have this. Again, biology, not my strongest right this second because I did not search this.
And also,
But
who knows cricket hole facts?
is it a mucosal membrane? Is what I'm trying to get at. Like, do they have mucosal membranes like we
oh, or is
have
it like a
mucosal?
different kind?
Like
I'm
maybe
assuming
that's
it's like something
the
shakes and they
protective
can pick
layer.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be as sensitive as like a regular eardrum, and I'm assuming it's a little bit different. Well, someone needs to look into this. It's not going to be me though. I'll forget about
they
this.
are
But
actually, Karina.
they're looking
There are a
more into
lot
the
of
ear.
There are a lot of studies. Apparently, one of the biggest concerns among, what did we call them? Bioacoustic biologists. I don't know what we call them. Etymologists, bioacoustic etymologists. They, their concerns evolve or involve, rather, like urban landscapes, specifically around the fact that humans creating so much noise consistently, like, you know, 24/7, is really disrupting their ability to hear other of their species mating calls and is thus I really actually I'm gonna say this. Okay, it's thus causing the it's thus causing the female of the species to choose lower quality mates and is degrading the DNA of these insects in urban locations. And I'm laughing because
Oh, wow.
it's really like in my head, it's playing out like a drama. Like, oh, I can't fucking hear you, so I'm just gonna holler down at Mike at the corner. I'll catch you later.
But
Like that's how
also,
it's playing
if
out.
this guy's just talking at me, I can't hear him. I am
Right.
just gonna go with Mike at the corner. At least
Yeah.
he talks to me.
But like maybe Greg, maybe you said, "Oh wow," because you like understand the gravity of us isolating. Basically, this could lead to species isolation in a lot of ways, which could then create entirely new species of
Hmm.
these creatures.
Well, I
Crazy.
know they've seen animals like evolving, like they've observed like, evolution in with animals living in urban spaces, because they're adapting to that environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So most bugs use this sound that they make for mating purposes. So outside of that communication, really the only other thing that they talk about to each other is, hey, there's a predator, or like, and there's a really funny article I read. They said it was like a response to a dangerous stimulus, but really what they're saying is, oh shit, it's got me. Like that's what they're chirping for. Oh no.
There's
I
a
think
guy
that.
here. But
I
also,
think
like, what are the main when you break it down, what are the main things that you're looking for to eat, to fuck, to stay alive?
yep, that's
What
it.
else do we need to talk about, guys? When are we fucking? There's a guy that's gonna kill us. Let's
Well,
see.
so the bugs make the sounds in 5 ways. The main way, the way that most people know about, is something called stridulation, which is when they rub one body part against another body part to make a sound. Okay?
Cricket style.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Hind legs. They have specific notches on their hind leg. They have like something called a scraper that they scrape against these ridges to make these sounds. Karina,
You
your
don't seem
face
like
is
you're enjoying this. Yeah.
Karina's like, no. Except
A scraper? Ugh.
it gets way worse. It gets so much worse because I said body part, okay? And every group of insects uses a different body part to make that noise. So we're most often hearing about crickets, katydids using their hind legs, but it could be mouth. Like there's like a way for them to like use their like pincer mandibles and like scratch them against each other. It could be the wings. Some of them have those same pieces like of the hind legs that they do. They're on the wings instead, and so they rub their wing tips together. But in the particular case of a water beetle, they use their penis to make the noise.
I knew it was coming at some
I
point.
knew when you said body part that it was going to be a penis. Like it's never
Well,
not a penis. There's always a
l-
penis.
listen,
There
guys,
is.
it is the loudest water bug out there. Its decibel count is outrageous, and I'm going to play it for you now. Listen to this bug's penis.
That's a loud penis.
There's the
I'm
sound
gonna hear
bite.
that. I'm
There's
gonna
the
hear
sound
that.
bite for tonight. There's a loud penis.
I'm gonna hear that one day and be like, I know this bug.
You
Uh,
do know this bug. This bug is in ponds. It's like if you I'm telling you, Karina, if you
The
listen to
penis bug
that,
is out there.
yeah, if you listen to that and you go out to a pond or a lake around you, you will hear it in the
You're
summer.
gonna hear it.
Yeah.
I feel like I have heard that. I was like, Randy, there's a cricket here. Like we
Yeah.
all know that sound. We've all
Yeah.
been like around a body of water near the sunset and you hear
And heard
that
that
weird
like
little
I just love that it's like the maracas. It's like I'm like, yeah, that's the sound of love.
It is the sound of love.
Okay. So thank you to that beetle. Um and interestingly enough, like for the katydids, they use their hind legs, but the wings are still incorporated. So some insects also developed this way to amplify their sound over the other insects, and they use their wings as an amplification source. And there's a certain spot on their wings called the mirror, and that's how they are able to get the sound further out. Which I just love that they're evolving like this.
That's very impressive.
The st-
You do what you must to get it. Yeah. That's the kind of effort that the men need to do to get you know, what's that thing going on right now where the men are like not having sex anymore because women have standards? You
Oh,
know what
like
I'm talking about?
incels?
Yes. See? If you dedicate yourself and evolve, women will have sex with you. Randy.
no, God, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. I'm
I,
saying no because it's called something else now.
What is?
okay, Randy is trying to live, guys. She's trying so hard.
No, I mean, yes, I want to live, but no, I'm trying really hard to communicate.
I did not think music was gonna go this hard.
I know, and I've got four more sounds to get through. Oh my God, that's so funny. No, what's it? It's called the Manosphere now.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's more of them, Randy. I have
There,
been purposefully avoiding that documentary because I think I can't handle it. I'm like,
no,
it's
it
too
hurt.
much.
It was really hard to
Oh,
watch, to be honest.
Well, that's, you know what, coming from you, I trust your opinion and I will continue not to watch it for my own health.
I've just picked up little bits from like the news and the internet, like making fun of the manosphere, but that's like the most that I want out of it.
Ugh, it's heartbreaking, truthfully. Anyway, okay. No, that's not what we're focused on today.
Give me more
Next
weird
up,
bugs.
next up on bug sounds, let's talk about tapping. So much like stridulation, which is two body parts rubbing against each other, tapping sounds can be made from tapping a body part onto a surface. So, most often, this is the tapping of feet or the tapping of the tip of the abdomen. You ready, Karina? In another disturbing case by a beetle, they prefer to bang their heads against something to make the sound.
You know what? When you do not have the proper instruments, you will do what you must to make music. And I admire that dedication, Randy.
A real rage against the machine moment.
I will make music.
um, the third way, again, a way that most of us know, buzzing. So wings can make a few different sounds. Flies and bees buzz, as Karina knows, because she was fact checking Cleopatra's dildo. But some dragonflies snap their wings to make sharper buzzing sounds, which I instantly recognize because have you ever been out near a dragonfly and then all of a sudden it's like the bzz stops and then it's just like a little pop? You guys are looking at me blankly. Are you not
Well,
paying?
I don't know if I've listened to the dragonflies that closely.
Why are you not listening to butterflies or dragonflies? You really should listen to nature more.
I should, yeah, apparently.
But once,
Wow,
but I,
Karina, this is what your mom's talking about.
I was gonna say, I kind of feel like I'm being made fun of right now, but you know.
we're gonna have to call my mom. Greg's gonna call my mom.
I was like, I will not be a party to this.
Oh, um, so anyway, okay, let's go on about bugs because like I know we will continue.
Numero quattro. The fourth way bugs make sound.
Gang signs.
Clicking. Clicking. Thank you. What did they used to do this all the time? What is it?
Have you
West
have
side.
you have you seen
West
that? Have you
West
seen the
side, best side.
videos?
West side,
The
best side.
videos of whenever they go, there's something wrong with my fish or whatever. It's throwing up blood. And then it's like a dog picture and then they Photoshop a picture of like the fingers that say blood.
No.
It's hilarious. Anyway. Okay, clicking?
Clicking. Clicking. And these clicks are powerful. So, my example for this is some tiger moths and hawk moths are not only able to dodge bats, but they can send out extremely rapid ultrasonic clicks that jam the bat's sonar.
Okay,
They
Oh, that's
create,
cool.
have you
yes,
seen them though? They're freaking huge.
huge. They're
The
huge.
hawk
They're
moths are
huge.
scary.
They're
They're
really, they're
I
really quite massive.
I never saw one until we moved here, and I was at like Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and I saw one flittering around, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And this guy's like, "Have you never seen a hawk moth?" And I was like, I just moved here 2 days ago. I don't know what this is." Like, they're scary. They are huge. I
They
believe
really
that,
are.
Randy. I think if that
They
thing was
really are.
clicking at me, I would leave. I would just go.
Well, so
You'd be like,
apparently
fuck this, I'm out.
I'm out.
the
Pull the plug on the
Just
simulation. I'm
as a
out.
bat, you're like, no, like, no, I'm done. Pull me out.
Mm.
Well, now I wish I would have. I have some recordings for you guys to listen to, and one of them that I was going to have you listen to was the hawk moth, and then I was like, no, so like deleted that tab, and now I wish I would have done that just to terrorize you, Karina. It would have been a great little horror moment of our podcast for tonight.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Randy. No, no, you. This is what I want for this.
You're embracing it.
Oh,
You're
I need
embracing
this.
it.
Well, and that's part of my journey is like, no, I think we need to be even more bold and more aggressive and be like, fuck it, this is it. This is it. I feel like we're doing so good. Like the Ida episodes were a fucking hoot. Like I haven't even listened to them and I know that they're a good time.
You are so
Yeah.
funny.
Well, it's a wild story, so you know.
I'm mad at myself for not knowing more. Anyway. Anyway, our Ida episodes have come out last month, so they should be out if you are out there looking for some more stuff to listen to. Ida Craddock, her life was wild.
Okay,
Yeah, because this will come out in June. Anyway,
I'm pulling us back
new
in.
bugs.
Number
Bugs.
5. The final way, the most disturbing way that bugs can make sound is through an ejection of air or fluid from their body. So this generally sounds like either a popping or a whistling. Uh, so like in one of the ways, there's this caterpillar that has 6 vents along its body that it can push air through, like individually, which I think is really interesting. And scientists, in a really, curious and fucked up mood, decided that they would close off the air vents one by one to see which of the air vents made the sound. And so they were able to deduce that the final 2 air vents, the last 2 air vents on this caterpillar's body, were the only ones that were able to whistle. And they would only whistle if all the 4 other vents were closed and not moving air through. So very flute-like, right? And the caterpillar would mimic the distress calls of chickadees, which would cause the birds to like drop them, and it would avoid them as prey.
Randy, are you telling me
That
that
scientists are weird?
that
Yes.
there are fucking caterpillar flutes?
Yes. Yes. That
But
is
also
why.
that doesn't surprise me that scientists do that. Like, have y'all heard about the ants with like the stilts that they put on them?
No, Craig, what?
No. So like I looked it up to double check it because like it's real, right? So like so hold on, this
I
is just
just got a visual. Oh
unrelated
my
bug facts, okay? So like so these scientists were like they were looking at like this particular type of ant. So apparently it was like a Saharan desert ant, and they were wanting to like basically the hypothesis was that these ants count their steps. Like to go like from like location to location, right? And it's like not that they know and that they're smart enough to map things out, but that they count their steps. So they're like, it's 52 steps there. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever, right? So then the way that you test that is find a way to make their steps longer, which they did by attaching stilts or little tiny like pig bristles to their legs. And the ants like could not figure out like the distance and get back because they're counting their steps and they're like, oh shit, my steps are off. So some scientists had to attach somehow, I don't know how they did it, um, stilts on the
Very carefully,
ants.
Chris.
Yeah, very carefully.
I am not gonna be able to get that picture of an ant on stilts out of my head.
Well, if you can see, this is from Reddit.
I'm gonna be real. I knew about the ants with the
It's
stilts,
like it's got
but
little
like,
red go-go boots on.
but for some reason, it really took like it really caught me off guard when you brought it up, Greg. I was like, but also these poor fucking ants. Can you imagine genuinely waking up and then being like hella tall?
Like, yeah, being
Like
like my like I'm so much taller now.
my arms, like that would be
No,
crazy.
this is how
And
alien
confused
stories
and
get started.
lost.
This is how alien stories get started. Okay, now my final fact, though, because I want to really disturb Karina one more time.
Hell yeah.
Because beetles are once again here to disturb us. the mom Are you ready, Karina?
Beetle episode. Let's do
Beetles.
it.
Beetles.
Oh God, Beatles. Okay. I'm gonna leave the mic on and see what happens.
So there are these bomber bombardier beetles that eject a hot fluid from their anus that vaporizes when it meets the air. That that results in a popping sound, and it is intended as a defensive mechanism, which honestly good for them because it would work on me if anything shot hot liquid out of their asshole at me. I'd be out so
That makes like
fast.
an exploding sound.
Yeah, and it explodes.
Yeah.
No. Now, why didn't they make that a character on X-Men?
I don't know, Randy. Why wouldn't they? That's
Why
crazy.
wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Okay, I'm
I don't
gonna
even know
leave
what
you.
to do with that information. Like I don't like I want to know more about beetles, but I'm scared. You know, can I handle it?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys with a song of a katydid. You guys need to choose 1 through 4, though.
Oh, we're choosing our own adventure, Greg.
Okay.
You
I'm
Is
must
about
this
to,
like
agree.
which one we like best or what?
we have to pick
No,
one.
well, I can play all 4. I was just gonna play the one of the ones. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Oh, can I pick a number first? I want to pick a number.
okay.
3.
3. Okay, so this is called the Agile Meadow Katydid. Oh, it's not playing. Please wait.
I was like, listen how quiet it is.
It's like I hear the tapping, but
The tapping's me.
That
Oh no, it doesn't work on my phone.
bitch. I mean,
That
sorry.
actually makes me sad. This actually makes me sad because I was
I'm
so
very sad.
excited for these.
I love
oh, are none of them gonna work?
Mm,
they worked like 20 minutes ago, or at least an hour
no,
ago.
that was a different one.
Oh,
There, I went to multiple
Mhm.
sites to collect these sounds for you guys.
oh, Randy. I love the effort.
Oh, I do love to curate an experience. Well, just know that there's a resource or a citation, if you will, on our page. So you can go listen to it if you'd like. It was going to be a very lovely Katie did. But that's it for me. And I would say, I'm sorry I took so long, but I did not take that long. We were on so many side quests.
We went on a journey together, and we're still on that journey. And now it's my turn to go on about Mozart. Real talk, when I went to the liquor store, my plan was to get one of those Mozart liqueur bottles, but you can only buy them in giant at the local one liquor store in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So I said, no, 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 no. And I bought this gold, Cali Gold, with Snoop Dogg on it for music. Anyway, but I still wanted to talk about Mozart. That's why I was like, Mozart? The reason I picked Mozart is because when I was 15, instead of having a quinceañera, I went to Europe and spent 2 weeks in Europe, and that was fun times. But I spent a lot of time in Austria, and I saw a lot of chocolates with Mozart's face on it, and Mozart is literally everywhere there. They're like super proud of him. So I was very curious about it, so I was like, right, why not? Um, yes, for some reason, when you Google music history, it's a lot about Mozart, Elvis, and the Beatles. Like people are like, this is what the others want. I just chose to do a super quick little Mozart autobiography. He didn't write this biography. And yeah, just do real quick because we talk enough about white men. Sorry, Greg. One of the other reasons yeah, the Vienna thing. Yeah, he's on all the chocolates in Austria for some reason. Which also, side quest, the other day, Randy and I were talking about how Belgium has the best chocolates, but they don't have any chocolate cocoa trees there.
hmm
You know why?
Because they were in the Congo. and
Yeah, because the chocolate's in
major
the Congo.
slavers. Yeah.
Slavery, yeah.
I
Yeah,
assume that's where
slavery.
we were going with that one.
Because
Slavery.
slavery. Anywho, back to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He was born in Salzburg on January 27th, 1756. He began playing at 3, playing short pieces by 4, putting together concertos at 5, and by age 6, he was able to play multiple instruments and played for the first time in public. By 6. That's freaking crazy. I've never looked at a
It is
6-year-old and
crazy.
been like, when's your next concert? Anywho, he played at the Bavarian court in Munich, as well as the houses of nobility in Vienna. His father called him, quote, the miracle which God let be born in Salzburg. As a person with daddy issues, that's what I want to.
You're the
Uh,
miracle child.
I want to be the miracle child. Also, that sounds like a lot of pressure. By the time he was 11 years old, he was able to write his first opera, Apollo et Hyacinthus. But he wasn't the only one who had musical talents in the Mozart family. His sister, Maria Anna, was equally as talented as her brother and had composed and orchestrated his first symphony. Maria Anna was a woman, which meant once she was married, or once she was up for the marriage market, she had to stop publicly playing and touring, and none of her work has survived to this day.
What?
That's sad.
Yeah,
No, that's
she,
actual bullshit.
That is bullshit. So they were
some,
like, you're a woman, so you can't play
yeah,
anymore.
fuck you. Some sources do say like basically when she turned because when Mozart was touring in the Bavarian court, he took both of his kids. Both of them were performing in front of nobility. It wasn't just him. And I think that's the part that I find really like disappointing is that some sources even say she was more talented than him. But once she turned 11, it was time for her to get ready to get married. So she quit music in public. Yeah, I'm here to make us mad, apparently. But anywho, a fun story about Mozart. He had an extreme dislike for a soprano named Adriana Franze del Ben because she had a strange tendency to drop her chin. So like she was real aggressive with her like expression. So if she was like singing low, she'd be like this. She was singing high, she'd be, you know, she was very aggressive with the way she moved her body to sing. And knowing this, Mozart chose to make a piece, a specific song that would jump from like highs to lows just to make her look like a chicken, to make her
You're
look like shit. I tried to find the like if like historic truth to this, but this legend is everywhere and I found like a bunch of reels and TikToks and stuff about it. But basically, yeah, the piece is called Cum Scoglio. Cum Scoglio.
what a little
And it has
drama queen he
and it
was.
has a lot of like chicken energy. Another fun fact, Mozart may be the only composer who has a frog named after him. The species Eleutherodactylius amadeus was named in 1987. I tried to find the noise of the frog and I could not find it. It was just people playing with the frog. Or like the frog adjacent to the Ethioticlius amadeus, but not the quite the same frog. Because supposedly
Hmm.
the music from the notes from that frog are like musical, like the noise that it makes is very, it sounds like a little song. So they were like, oh, he's a, that frog is a composer. Those are my facts. But I was real pissed about the sister. So I
Well,
need
I
to
Yeah.
tell
mean,
you guys about
As you
it,
should be.
as we should.
they clearly had no problem preserving works from that time because we have all the Mozart shit. So I say that fully as somebody who's not into classic gold music. So I do
We have all
mean
that
it.
Mozart shit, though. It is out there. People play it all the time. So what I'm
Baby
hearing is
Mozart,
if we can
right?
preserve that, we can preserve his sisters equally as well. And maybe she didn't want to be discovered. Okay, let's I mean, playing devil's advocate, being the asshole today.
Please don't.
But at the same time, like I think
Full
she deserves
stop.
to have that right to like have us hear her music because she did compose, like she did do her work. It wasn't like she wasn't putting the effort in and wasn't making her own things. She was doing she was doing a lot of work in it. And I feel like she should have been given the same opportunities, but it's not for me to choose. Anyway, Greg, now that we're all angry,
I was like,
it's
I
Um,
time.
kept it nice. I was nice on my little sips.
I don't know if there's anything to get
Were
angry
you
about
nice,
for
Randy?
mine. So
Were you nice to me?
you had leg holes in
I'm
yours,
sorry.
you
Were
know.
you not like, I need this. We need this.
Okay, we do need it, but I still had to go through it.
Yeah.
Anywho,
I just
yeah,
know
sorry.
that there could have been a better story about music. Like, I just know.
Well, that just means we'll have to. I told you about the frog. That's why I added the frog at the end to make it
Mm,
fun. It's such a cute frog. It's
that we
brown.
haven't heard. That doesn't exist. Named after a man instead of a woman. The only thing that can make me happy is that Mozart was the last name, right? So, like, maybe in my head I can pretend. No, it's named
No,
Amadeus.
the frog is named
Yeah,
Amadeus. It's super the brother.
yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
and once
okay. Sorry,
again,
Greg. Sorry,
okay,
No,
Greg.
you're good, you're good.
but the podcast is Uncovering Hidden Histories.
Yeah.
So,
Well, so mine is really like it's something people don't know a lot about, but I think it's just funny and it's entertaining to me. I don't think that there's a way for it to be depressing. So I will close this out with some levity,
That
right?
sounds
Like
like a challenge.
thank God for
well,
Greg.
no, I mean, yeah, well, I mean, find
That
some
was
way
funny.
to, normally I'm used to being like, oh, here, let me tell you some awful thing in history. But so this one
That
I
was
feel like
me
is pretty
today. So,
I feel like this one's pretty like you're just like, oh wow, that's interesting, and that's about like what you would take away. But so like I was telling y'all before, like my segment's kind of fitting because like I'm on this research trip in Western Massachusetts, and I'm sitting in my hotel room in Springfield, Mass. And like a few miles down the road is this town called Longmeadow, which like I'm writing a book about the guy who was like the first minister for that community for like 66 years before he died because he's got all this material and no one's written a book about him. So that's like where this is coming from. But like when he first started as the minister in Longmeadow, so this is like 1716 or so, 1717, somewhere around then, right? He like gets selected as the minister and then like immediately creates this controversy that like people are like not attending church and like threatening to leave and stuff. And it's like, he's a young pastor, he's just started in this role and creates this huge controversy that takes like well over a year to resolve. And it's all about singing in church, which I think is just hilarious and interesting from the get-go, right? Because like there's nothing like some good church drama. I don't know.
okay, but it is funny. And yet, like, there's so many churches that are very much against singing.
Or just different like types of music in
Yes.
general,
Like you
right?
can't have instruments, but you can like vocally sing and that's okay. But like if you have
Yeah.
instruments, that the Lord is pissed. Like
Well, like it runs the gamut,
wild.
right? So that's like Church of Christ is like no instruments, right? Like God just wants to hear your amazing voices. And but then you also have like the mega churches with like a full-on rock band and like fucking pyrotechnics and
Yeah, I was
shit
like,
like
that's
that,
what
you
I
know?
was used to. I wanted my,
Yeah.
I wanted a
I
tambourine. I wanted at least two backup singers.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
like
need.
well, but it's like the Righteous Gemstones or something,
Mhm.
like that show where it's like you have the whole like elaborate band and like people coming down from the ceiling with wings and shit like that.
Except our
Um,
pastor's wife really did have a great voice. Oh
I
man,
believe it.
she
I mean, like
really.
there's
Some people are
yeah,
blessed. Some people are very blessed.
some people are good singers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so like So I'm writing this book about this guy, and the chapter I finished most recently covers this period. So like I had to kind of like I'm reading his diary, and he's just going on and on about the like people being upset about like singing and the singing controversy, and he keeps mentioning that. So I'm like, what is the big deal with singing? Like what's going on? Like why are people pissed about this? And so to answer that question, I had to learn more about like what was it, what did people do in church when they sang back in like the 1600s and the 1700s? And so there's like two schools of thought that like some people think that like Puritans came over to colonial New England and like forgot how to sing, which like that's kind of fallen by the wayside. Like most people think that like they came over with like this particular tradition of singing. And the guy that I'm studying, this guy named Stephen Williams, like he basically tries to sort of like modernize or like improve on the singing because singing in church was not great. I will just say that like in the colonial world, if you were like someone in Virginia or New England or wherever and you went into church and you were singing, it sounded like dog shit. Like I will just say that that was what it sounded like. Um and I'll
I also
explain
just,
why.
can we just take a
Okay,
moment
lots
though?
of assumptions, Greg. What if I
No,
was
but wait till
singing?
I
You just
no, but wait
assume
till
that
I
I'm gonna
explain
sing.
it. Wait till I explain it, and then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that sounds like it would be terrible.
I think we
Oh, it
brushed
gets worse.
way too quickly past the fact that some people believed that Puritans came over and just forgot how to sing. Like, what? I need that
Yeah.
explained to me,
Oh,
Greg,
so
because
okay, yeah,
what?
yeah. So
What?
The
so I was
water
actually
washes all sins away, Randy,
no, no, no,
including
no.
the sin of
I don't
singing.
understand. They just, for a collective amnesia?
So, okay, right. So
What?
like, so, and this is based on some articles like in music journals and history journals in like the 1920s, 30s, 40s. Like that's where that idea comes from because I read like a bunch of articles to try to write this section of my book and like that part of that chapter. And so like basically the theory is that people they came over, like they're already kind of like rustic and like wanting to throw out like things that the church does that they don't think that are like people originally did. Like that was part of the whole Puritan movement was like we're restoring the church back to like the time of the Gospels, like the earliest, most primitive, like original church. And so like the idea was that like these people came over in the 1620s and 30s and like they only brought so many instruments like there's no formal like training for music like there's nowhere like Vienna where you could go in the 1600s and like learn how to play music and sing and like develop these skills, right? So the idea is that over time they sort of like fell into this practice which is called lining out. And I'll explain what that is. And that was kind of like the easiest way to like just sort of allow everyone to sing. And so like over time, like over a generation or two, people forgot how to really like sing in a way that sounds pretty, right? That sounds appealing to the ears. Um, and so that's the theory. But there's some evidence like like later
I
people
just,
writing like
I'm sorry. I'm
no, no, you're good.
gonna call bullshit on that again because there's no way that you like come and let's say like you don't know how to like do it, right? You definitely know what it's not. You definitely know when it's collectively sounding like shit. Like there's no way that there's
Uh,
not some old
Yeah.
elder being like, "Oh God."
well, but if
That's
you
what I
don't,
was
but
thinking.
if you
I
don't
was
have
like,
Shit.
they stopped hearing, Greg. They just stopped.
no,
They
no, but
just
think
put
about it
fucking
like
paste in their ears, and they're like, this
I'm really
sounds good.
trying, Greg. I'm really
no, no,
trying.
no. But like
They let it sound
imagine
like shit for fun.
No, but like imagine you've never heard any of the music that we've heard today, right? Which is like produced, it's auto-tuned, it's like it's made to sound good, right? And
Right,
appealing. And
right.
the only singing that you hear is what takes place like either like if someone's singing a tune to themselves while they're working or they're singing in church or something like that, right? So imagine like you have to delete all of your understanding of music and think about like, okay, you're a kid growing up in 1660s colonial, I don't know, Roxbury outside of
I
Boston. And
You know
okay,
like,
what? You're
so
right,
but isn't
Greg.
this like the same time as like boys choirs and stuff? Like aren't the friars singing
well,
during this
but the
time?
Puritans got rid of all of that because they didn't really like they didn't want church services to be elaborate, right?
Yeah,
And
I don't think people
so
should sing either. Mm-mm.
So like
No joy.
the theory is that this actually like started earlier like in Europe within this community like as
Mm.
they're stripping away all the stuff that like they thought was too elaborate, right? Like I mean that was the big deal with the Catholic Church for the Puritans and with the Church of England is that like you've got the fancy robes, you've got the elaborate crosses and
Don't disagree.
decorations.
Don't
I mean,
disagree.
no, I mean like they literally like broke a lot of the stained glass from like medieval Europe that was like we don't have a lot of original stained glass from that period because they were like it's too elaborate, it's got to go. Like and broke it like in these English
Okay, well,
churches.
no, once it's already done, it's done. Like that
Me being
seems a
raised
little.
Catholic is
Yeah.
like, no, I think we need all of those
You
things.
know
That's
what?
necessary.
So
That's like when you remember those back to when your mom would go on a diet and suddenly the whole house was on a diet and all the cookies would get thrown away. And you're like,
like
those
we
were
can't have any of
mine.
these.
And all the stained glass gets thrown away.
That's all the
Fuck.
stained glass.
Yeah.
I only came to church for that.
So like I think it makes more sense that they came over with this tradition, but that really doesn't necessarily matter. So like so what did singing sound like, right? That's like the next question. So like and what is like lining out or like lining out a hymn? So what people would do is there would normally be somebody who was like kind of a decent singer who was kind of like the leader in this like call and response style singing. So like I would sing a line, probably like either like some sort of a hymn or something. There was like a very small set of hymns that you would sing that like everyone kind of knows. So I would sing the line to the congregation and everyone else like sings that back to me. So it's like call and response. So, like praise be the Lord, blah 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 blah, and everyone's like praise be the Lord, blah 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 blah, right? Like they sing in response. Um, but
They do
like
that in the
what
Catholic Church.
Right. But what people would do is like, you kind of want to jazz it up a bit and you're like, you know, you're singing the same like four, five, or six songs over and over again. Like if you've ever like
Mhm.
sung hymns in a church, like I went to a Methodist church when I was in like middle school and high school, and we would like rotate through like some of the same hymns. Like sometimes there'd be one I didn't know, but like when we would sing like, in Christ the solid rock I stand, like it was like, oh boy, I know this one. Like, let's go, right? So
Mhm.
what people would do is they would add embellishment to like different parts. So they would sing kind of like they draw some like verses out, so they'd be like, praise the Lord, like, and add like
A
some
remix. They did a
vocalization.
remix.
Yeah. So they would add like vocalizations and like trills and like all sorts of like, musical sort of things to like jazz it up and make it more interesting and like feeling it, right? But imagine everyone doing this in their own way at once and doing it differently. So like everyone in the congregation is like, it's our turn to go. Praise the Lord. Like,
Oh
Greg, you
God.
know what the
shit
only
like
thing
that.
I'm thinking right now is that like you don't do enough singing on the show.
I don't apparently, but so imagine like everyone in the congregation just doing whatever the fuck they want to. And so like there's a lot of contemporary accounts that describe like singing as, a howling noise, a cacophony. Like they use all these words that are not like is they like people were singing and it was like, my ears are being assaulted right now, like I did not consent to this.
Cacophony is a word. That is a choice.
It's
I
a
used
great
that
I
word
word.
like that
today.
one.
It
I
is a
used
great
that word
word.
today in a crazy turn of events.
But if I'm describing your singing as a cacophony, it's not a
No, I would
compliment, you
take that
know?
offensively. I'd be like, Greg, shut the fuck up.
But yeah, so it's like, so apparently, like, but that's what, like, based on our best reconstruction of like the evidence that we have, like that's what singing sounded like in church. And like most people were fine with that because like they grew up with it. They were like, this is what we do, right? And so in like the mid like the early 1700s, so like around the 1710s and 20s or so, there was this movement to sort of improve singing. There's a English minister named Isaac Watts who published essentially like it's a precursor to a modern hymnal where it would have like a song and it would like write out the notes, like it would chart out the music in like two or three, four parts, like so harmony. So you have like, your top line, your bass line, and then your harmony lines. And so the idea was that people would like could sing, like you could take this hymnal, this book, and like learn to sing based on the notes, and everyone sing their pitches at the same time, and it sound pretty, right? And the idea was that this would like, you know, sort of like bring people into like a closer feeling of like connection with God and like like you have this more like emotional experience and connection to the song
That,
through like singing it well.
but scientifically, that is not untrue, though. If you
Oh
guys,
yeah, no,
I mean,
absolutely. It's like the whole like crowd singing effect or
yeah,
whatever,
that we talked about
right?
earlier. Yeah, it's ex exactly that.
But
Yeah.
also,
And
I love the fact that Greg was like, they were all cool with it sounding like complete dog shit. And then a guy came by and was like, I have this theory that it could not sound like complete dog shit and it could sound good.
so
And
he's like the
now
biggest
here it is.
promoter. Yeah. And
But
so
also,
he
beauty calms our nervous system. Beauty makes us feel better.
Mhm.
And that includes sound and comfortable noise, beautiful noise is comforting
Yeah.
to the nervous system. So
Well, there's like the
it's
sound
better for
bath
us.
like stuff that you can do, like with the, you know, health and wellness and stuff.
Yeah, it's important to make us feel good. If you
Yeah.
can sound good, you can. Like, we all have capabilities. Anyway, Greg,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. They're like, and then
S-
a guy came along and said, we could do better.
Well, so he's like the most famous person in like the English circles. And basically, and like his innovation is like, I'm gonna write out the music and like you sing or Karina, you sing the high part, Randy, you sing the middle part, I'll sing the low part, and it'll sound good. And that's like, and that brings glory to God and stuff like that, right? So like, we would hear that and we're like, all right, great. Like this sounds like just an upgrade across the board. And so Stephen Williams, the guy I'm writing about, like he tries to introduce this to his church, and like about half the congregation freaks out. They're like, absolutely not. This is not how we're supposed to do things. This is sinful. And like it creates like drama for about a year where
Mm,
it's like,
mm,
is he going
hmm
to get kicked
hmm
out or
hmm
not,
hmm
from this church that he's just agreed
hmm
to pastor?
I'd
And
be
I just think
telling
it's
everybody
hilarious.
he was coming from a place of pride. I can hear it now. Those little circles buzzing. He was led by his pride. He wants us all in that trap.
So, I mean, that's basically like the gist of it. I mean, like he's able to kind of like calm things down, but this requires like a series of like meeting with people outside of church to like debate with them about this and like talk about like his intentions and where he's coming from and everything. And like eventually people come around to it, but it takes like a few decades.
Decades.
Yeah, I mean like there's kids who grow up like used to the new style of singing, right, with the notation and stuff like that. And like at a certain point, this becomes like normalized and people are into it. But at the same time, not necessarily related to singing. Like I'm reading his diary in the 1760s right now. So like I'm 50 years in the future, essentially, 40 something, 50 years. And like, he literally is like, at one, like an entry I read the other day, he's like, I was thinking about like introducing the reading of scriptures in the service. And that apparently was something that was not super common. Like a lot of churches did not actually read the Bible in the service. Like you might quote, like you're like, my sermon today is
Yeah, I
on this
mean,
text, but you didn't actually read the Bible in like the
yeah.
service from the pulpit.
That I believe
So
100% because why would you read the Bible to people and let them interpret it for themselves? It would be very hard to sway them and get them to believe if you didn't have complete control over
yeah,
their ability to
Randy, are
hear
you
and
saying
understand.
yeah.
that if you provide people with information to interpret for their own free will, that they will make
They'll go
choices
off the
of their own
rails.
free will?
We can't
They
be
will
having
make
that.
their own individual choices based on what they feel like in their own person instead of just following blindly?
Yeah, we can't be having
That sounds
that.
crazy. In
It
this
does.
economy,
That sounds
Randy?
heretical,
In
even,
this in this economy, heretical. Oof, okay. That's
Yeah.
The shots
Um,
are fired.
yeah. So it's not even until like the 1800s that the community that I'm studying had a permanent pulpit Bible that was like a Bible in the church, like up front, so that like the minister could open it and be like, and this text says, and they could just read an extended chunk of that. It's not until the 1800s.
What the fuck were they reading before then? They were there since the
No,
1600s.
so the minister would write out a sermon, which I've been reading these because I've found them in the archives.
Yeah,
That's
we've
like,
seen them. Greg keeps sending
it
us
might be like
pictures.
8 or 10 or 20 pages of like, it's basically this like formal, like you're writing like a treatise, like a pamphlet where you're like, here is like, let me break down like the doctrine and like what is the biblical meaning of this, and then like there's a whole section on the use. So it's like, okay, now that we've talked about what this means, what do I do with this? Like, how do I use this? But typically those were read. So imagine like like you go to church and instead of like it being like a conversation, where the pastor is like, let me tell you about this thing and give you examples and think about this. It's literally like I just like have my head down and I'm reading this sheet of paper that's like, and thus in Isaiah 25:37, the Lord says, blah, 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 blah. And from this, we can just deduce three different things, point one, blah, 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 blah. And I just read that without like any sort of like interaction. Like I'm reading an essay to you.
See, and then in thinking of my past research into autocratic specifically, it makes sense that afterwards, after this era, where most pastors are writing sermons and giving them to the people without giving them any sources,
Mhm.
any like which in this scenario be the sources being like the Bible, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but if like you're gonna say that your whole religion is based off the Bible and then none of your sources come from the Bible, I'm gonna be real confused. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And so
Well, I
now,
mean,
and so like it makes sense that people would just take anything in writing as like, well, this must be true because they wrote it down.
yeah. Well, I will say with the Puritans, so like they were really big on like every family having a Bible in the house and like reading and
But can
studying it
every
on their
family
own
read
time.
it?
Literacy was actually pretty
Yeah.
high
Yes. I was
at
like
this
the
time.
Puritans
So it's
did
like
that.
80,
Yeah.
90%. They
Puritans
actually
did.
they
Yes,
actually had
okay.
some of the best literacy rates at that time compared to
Hmm.
anywhere else. And like women could read too, but reading and writing were taught as two different skills at the time. So you could read and still not know how to write in the colonial
Yes, that
period.
is
And
true.
so a lot of times like you'll see like and so their mark, and then people have like it might be an X or it may be like a particular like thing that you draw that's like that's your mark. Like that's like your signature. Everyone knows that like I signed that because I did my weird loop-de-loop thing, you know?
Randy, if you had a mark, what would it be?
I'd just do an R.
Oh, that's smart. I was gonna do a butterfly.
Oh, does it have to be a symbol?
I
It
think
could
it
be
could be
whatever you
anything
want
you
it to be.
want.
It's anything you want it to be.
It could be anything.
You
It's a
know,
wiener dog.
you know, I'd want it to be something fun, like the outline of a cat or something. You know how there's like the one draw outline?
Yes, that would be so
Hmm.
smart.
The
Just like,
one line outline.
yes,
Yeah.
it would be
And
cute.
that's your mark. That's what you
Yeah,
draw on all
a
your
weenie or
official
whatever.
documents.
Yeah, I'd want it to be fun. I'd want something fun.
That'd be fun. We should do shirts with our marks on them. That would be so stupid. Anyway, okay, Greg.
You really
That's
are after a shirt, Karina.
I want a new
yeah,
shirt, and
you're
I'm
like
tr
you're like you're like I'm
You're like
merchandising
focus.
the fuck out of this
You're
episode.
focused.
Like
I am, and it's gonna be historian.
it's just
Historian at the
historian.
gym. One of my goals is to have a gym line because I think it'd be funny.
Oh, that would be funny
Like,
actually.
I want the Jim Gremlin line. It's so
Jim
stupid.
Gremlin. What
Yeah,
is
because
that?
it's just a gremlin at the gym. You're just awkward
Oh,
and
oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were like, it's
Is
what
that a
you want to
particular
do. I thought
line?
you were saying it already
it's my,
existed.
no, I'm making it. It's mine.
Okay.
Oh,
But I'm
it's
gonna
Jim
sell it on our
Gremlin.
website to make money for
For
I
us.
us
like
to
it.
continue. I
I
know.
support it.
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And
Please support
well,
us.
I literally have told people I will make merch on the website if you will buy it because it will give me money from my historical endeavors. I don't give a shit. I don't care what it is. I'll make
Yeah, we're
whatever.
again, we're
Yeah.
trying to fund our DC trip, everyone. So thank you for
I
loving
will
us.
make a shirt and I will buy it. No, lately I've been making stuff and I'm like I could sell this at the farmers market. Morning. Anyway, okay, yes, Greg, go on.
That's, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else. It's just so interesting to me that this was enough drama that like it almost got this guy like ejected from the church that he just agreed to pastor and took like a year to, and like even then, like he was nervous, like he's writing about this like a couple years later, like I'm worried that this might like become an issue again, because there were like a couple people in the church that like that rubbed them the wrong way and they never really like came around to him. They were always just kind of like, fuck you.
And also there's not that many people, so I feel like it's really aggressive to hold a grudge against like the 12 people that live in this fucking
Oh
town.
yeah, like everyone
But
knows each other. Like I mean, there's a lot of writing actually about how like there's a lot of mechanisms in like colonial communities to try to like downplay like conflict because like you can't have like two of the families out of the 10 that live there hating each other, you know?
the Hatfields and the McCoys, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know to kind of circle back to what we were alluding to earlier. I just don't understand why people would live their whole life under the assumption that the only thing that they're supposed to get out of it is suffering.
I know. I know. I've been really spiritual and metaphysical lately, and all the books are like, apparently, we're supposed to be happy in this lifetime. And I'm like, oh my God,
It just
crazy.
really dumbfounds me that people like went and the big question of life, like why are we here? What is our purpose? And it was to suffer. It was to
Because people
be
have conditioned us to believe that, Randy, because it has been ingrained into us through religion and through conditioning that suffering is the way to salvation. It will burn you to purity and to salvation. You're supposed to suffer. And
Yep.
then that makes us believe that we have no power and no ability in this life. And it makes it easier to control us. Anyway, and that's why the government is listening to this podcast. It'd be funnier if it was not true.
not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to imagine that there's some agent that has to like list this is like, is this something we need to get involved with or not? And they're like, God damn it, they're talking about bugs. Like
I had to learn about holes and bug
had to learn about
uh,
holes and
knees.
bugs. Yeah,
Mhm.
knee holes.
Okay,
Mhm.
but agent, I also had to hear about this, so we're both suffering.
Yeah.
Mr. Agent Man, if you're assigned to us,
We're
we'd
sorry
love
we
to
did
send
this
you
to
a
you.
postcard for those Christmas, for the holiday season. Just
If you would like to,
subscribe so
It's
we
if
just
you
can
would
pay for
like to
postage.
support
remember you're
this
an FBI agent. Like
to our favorite agent, the guy who listens to our podcast.
it's the one in DC or whatever,
The one in DC.
Do you want to hang out with us as we visit the Washington Memorial?
Yeah.
Would we go there though? I would go. That's the other thing. We have to agree on what memorials to visit.
We have to agree.
Yeah, because we have to go to at least some of them.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but I don't know why we would disagree. I think the bigger problem is us whittling the
I
list
know.
down.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
know, the thing that makes me upset about going back to DC now is that my favorite like weird ass like bar place that I was introduced to is not open anymore. So I can't go. Is this place over in DuPont Circle called Russia House that was like a three or four story like row house that was like in the basement is like a Russian restaurant. So it's like food and everything. And then like the next three floors are just vodka bars, like going up, and it's just playing like all the staff there is Russian, and like they would just play awful like Eurodance, and it was great. Like it was a fantastic place to go. Um, I was introduced to that by a few other grad students, and it's closed now.
Well, that's a bummer because I was like, that's the place to go,
Oh
guys.
no, no, no. It was a trip. It was really fun to go to. It was like dark and smoky, and like all the waitresses come up and they all like have like this thick Russian accent and everything, and like the whole bar is just vodka. Like you're there to drink martinis and vodka drinks.
That also
It doesn't
seems
sound
like
bad.
such poor
No, no,
planning
it was
though, because
great. No, I loved it.
if I were a Russian agent, that's where I'd go.
That's the
I'd
place
be
to
like,
be.
Oh,
right,
I mean, the
DuPont
bouncer is like
Circle.
big Russian dude with like a ponytail and shit. It's
Yeah.
like out of a movie.
Yeah, it's perfect because your
I love
disguise would
that.
be to be so authentically yourself at that point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It'd be
We were a
like
bunch
lean
of drunk
in.
historians, like getting taken around by a guy who went to Georgetown. So like he lived in DC and knew the area. And he was like, we're going to the neighborhood because the bars are better there. And we ended up in DuPont.
I mean, if we have the historian shirt, we have the credentials.
Yeah, you can go anywhere.
Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Sip and Saga Society. This one was super unhinged, and I have no apologies for it. Would do again. Will do again. If you enjoyed today's episode and would like to support our historical endeavors, please tell a friend about our show.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Mm-hmm.
trying to get our name out there. We are trying. We want this to be our job. So if you help us, we'll help you by putting out new episodes. Give us some recommendations at any of our socials at sipandsaga_online. And also, if you want some merch, visit our website, sipandsaga.online, where oh my God, our login, our socials are actually sipandsaga_society. I lied to you. But anywho, our website is
At least you're honest about it.
sipandsaga.online.
I mean, you call yourself out.
I I believe in this life that we are meant to grow and be better and just continue to be the best we can be. And you know what helps with that? Learning about what we have gone through as humanity. Mm.
Yeah. Well, hey, I trust you more than anything coming out of a .gov website at this point. So,
The
Anywho,
fact that
those are
I can't
shots
use
fired.
both.
Those are shots fired. All right, well, goodbye. And before we say more
yeah,
incriminating things
Yeah,
to our FBI
listen to our
agent,
next
yeah.
episode. Keep listening. Hit the next button.
if you haven't heard about Ida Craddock, you should. She is something else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we just put out
She
those
is.
episodes. So for now, goodbye until the next one. Bye, everyone.
Asta.
Bye.